The shadow of oblivion.
The beginning of the fall. In a small town surrounded by mountains lives Elena, a 35-year-old woman who has dedicated her life to her family and her job at the town's only factory. She was always the perfect daughter and the ideal wife, but as the years go by, Elena feels more and more trapped. Her marriage to Manuel, the distant and controlling man, has lost all spark, and her life feels like an endless cycle of obligations. Deep inside, something burns, the desire to find her true identity, to rediscover the passions and dreams she sacrificed to meet everyone's expectations. One day, Elena receives a letter that will change her life forever. Her father, whom she hasn't seen in 20 years, has died. However, instead of sadness, Elena feels a mix of relief and anger, as he abandoned her when she was a child, leaving her with her sick mother without any explanation. The letter mentions an inheritance, an old house on the outskirts of town that holds dark secrets from her family's past.
Determined to understand why her father abandoned her, Elena visits the old house. The place looks like a mausoleum of forgotten memories, with dusty photographs of a time she never knew. While exploring the house, she finds a diary hidden inside a broken wall. Written by her father, the diary reveals a devastating secret: he fled to protect her from an imminent danger, connected to a debt he owed to dangerous people. As Elena reads more, she begins to experience disturbing visions and nightmares. In her dreams, a dark figure chases her, and the diary suggests that there's more than just debts at play. Her father mentions a series of strange events, unexplained deaths in their family that go back generations. Soon, Elena feels like she's being watched. The lights in the house flicker, objects move on their own, and one night, she finds an old photo of herself as a child, with a strange mark on her face. Rebirth in the darkness. As she battles the revelations from the diary and the supernatural manifestations, Elena's daily life starts falling apart. Manuel, her husband, accuses her of losing her mind and becomes increasingly controlling and aggressive. He doesn't want Elena to keep digging into her family's past, calling it all nonsense. This creates more friction between them, and Elena begins to suspect that Manuel knows more than is letting on. Determined to find the truth, Elena digs deeper into the mystery. She travels to the nearest city to investigate the names her father mentioned in the diary, people connected to the debt and the supernatural events. What she uncovers is terrifying: her family is cursed. A woman, known as the Shadow, was betrayed by Elena's ancestors and vowed to take revenge on each generation. Elena is next, and the more she investigates, the more intense the paranormal manifestations become. Elena realizes that she is being hunted by something far greater than herself. Struggling between reality and the supernatural, she seeks answers in an abandoned church in the village. There she meets Sophia, an old woman who reveals the full truth: the shadow is real, and only forgiveness can free her. But to do so, Elena must sacrifice what she loves the most. The final decision. Desperate and broken, Elena realizes she can't run anymore. Sophia gives her an ancient object, a broken mirror that, according to legend, is the key to confronting the shadow. But in her quest for redemption, Elena must decide whether she can give up everything she loves to break the curse. The visions of her father and his mistakes intertwine with reality. Elena returns home, where she finds herself at a breaking point with Manuel. In a final confrontation, he reveals that he always knew about her family's past and tried to protect her by keeping her in the dark. Devastated by the lies and secrets, Elena realizes that the sacrifice isn't physical but emotional. To break the curse, she must let go of all the resentment, anger, and pain she has carried since childhood. In a dramatic showdown with the shadow, Elena confronts the ghost in the same cemetery where her father was buried. Using the mirror, she manages to reflect the emotions she has bottled up for so long. Forgiveness becomes her most powerful weapon, not just toward the ghostly figure but toward herself. Rebirth. The shadow disappears, and with it, the weight that has oppressed Elena's family for generations. Although the process has left deep scars, Elena feels free for the first time. She returns to the old house, now filled with light, with a newfound peace inside her. Her marriage to Manuel is over, but Elena feels no sadness. For the first time in her life, she feels in control of her destiny. Elena sits on the porch, gazing at the mountains surrounding the village, feeling a freedom she had never known. The house, once dark and full of secrets, is now her refuge. The cycle has been broken, and though the journey was painful, Elena emerges transformed, stronger and whole. Epilogue. Sometimes, to find peace, we must face our worst fears. And in that darkness, find the light that was always inside us. Epilogue. Sometimes, to find peace, we must face our worst fears. And in that darkness, find the light that was always inside us.